Great.
You want to record?
Yeah, it's recording now. I'm going to share my screen and where are you?
300,000 customers don't have power tonight across the country.
Let's see if I can find it.
5,000 flights since the storm.
Can you all see that?
Yes.
Yeah.
That good enough for you. I have to take a class.
Our purpose is to provide free cancer services and address the health disparities in our underserved communities through educational information, charitable partnerships, guidance, and support. Who support these meetings online every month? First Wednesday of the month, we host the Cancer Survivor Support Group meeting. The third Wednesday of the month, we host the Cancer Caregiver Support Group meeting. Why don't you join us as we help individuals manage success, which is the diagnosis, whole division of health and people. A family star wig program, free wigs for cancer patients, survivors, and women living with cancer. We say wigs are beauty and cancer, but the real beauty is within you. Visit our website to view the assortment of wigs. We provide care bags to patients battling cancer and cancer. We also provide care bags to the recipients of our county service. Support us. Your kind donation makes it possible for us to continue our mission in providing free cancer services to our community. Your donation is the best. Click the donate. Contact 708-580-6456. Email us. Contact us. CST@gmail.com. Visit our website at www.cancersupportteam.com. We are socially connected, so check us out. Don't forget, your support help us support others. My motto is, I have been where you are. Let me help you move to where I am and beyond. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So how did y'all like that? See, I learned a new thing now. When y'all like something, we gonna raise the roof. Yes, 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 raise the roof. Yes, all right. I worked hard on that. That's why I wanted to raise the roof. But so people are coming in. I am so excited. And so what we're gonna do is I have an icebreaker, what I call. So our icebreaker tonight is going to be, what is your proudest accomplishment? And I'm just gonna call on people from my screen, and let's talk about it. So George, what is your proudest accomplishment?
I will say getting back in the research field and working with health equity, helping you guys.
Cool. Yeah, I like that myself. Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you. Tanisha. You're on mute, dear. You're on mute, Tanisha.
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
My proudest moment is that I finished my community health workers class and got a certificate, and I was on the honor roll all while going through surgery and doing my recovery. So
Say that,
I
girl.
passed.
Let's raise the roof. That is awesome. Oh my goodness. That is awesome. Tiance, let me see your pretty face. You just turned off your you just muted your, there you go. So what is your proudest accomplishment?
Tanisha, congratulations. I'm so proud of you. Gotta say that. My proudest accomplishment is, well, to be honest, not giving up.
That's
I
what,
had
yes,
hurdle.
yes,
I had
because
a
you
little
have had
hurdle,
a
and
journey.
it's been a roller coaster.
Yes,
And I got a new doctor,
okay,
and I am in a better place. So
good.
I'm grateful, and I'm grateful for you all. I mean, just being able to see you at the gala, it
Oh,
just did my heart. So you guys don't know, it to put a face to it. It's one thing to see you guys on video, and I don't really go out. I just kind of stopped doing anything after all of this happened. But when I saw you all and got a chance to put a face to see you in person,
yeah,
and just my son coming with me, it just set me on another path. I had just started giving up, just like, whatever.
yeah.
I just felt like everywhere I turned, it was just bad news.
Mhm.
And even though the news is still not what I want it to be, I am in a better place. So I know that where there's faith, there's hope. So yeah, that's it.
That is so awesome. Oh, wow. You just brought joy to my heart. That is beautiful. Thank you so much. Okay, Miss Cassandra, what is your proudest accomplishment?
We'll call on the sick and shut in. Hello, everyone. Um, I am battling the virus right now. My food pantry.
Okay,
My food,
yes. You started that back up?
I'm getting pushed to start it back up.
Yes, good. Good for you. Good for you. She's an awesome cook, y'all. I eat her cooking all the time. I just crash. Like, what kind of leftovers you got? So that's perfect. Mary Ann, you're on here
Yes.
a couple of times.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. My greatest accomplishment is that I got here to your meeting.
Good for you.
I was on it on the telephone, but it didn't have a sound. So once I got in my house, then there's a sound. That's a
Great.
great accomplishment for
Oh,
me and
thank
the
you.
computer.
Thank you so much. That's super. Thank you for joining us. And just to let you guys know, whenever I send out all of my mail chip blasts about my support group meetings, Mary Ann she responds to every last one of them. Every last one of them. Hey, how you doing? Looking forward to meeting you at the meeting. I registered. She responds to every last one of them. So thank you, Marianne, for always letting me know that somebody read my email. That's an awesome thing.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
Great.
No problem.
So Miss Sandra Robinson, what is your proudest accomplishment?
Retiring.
Yes, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. But you just retired to do something else, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we never really retire, especially when we're busy, you know, when we just
Yeah.
have that work ethic and we're just busy and always helping people, you know, because we always find another way to serve. And so that's all you're doing. I see Miss Floretta, strong pulley. What is your proudest accomplishment?
Good evening, Miss
Good
Karen
evening.
Hall. I'm gonna summarize it like this. In spite of the last 10 years of chemotherapy, to know that 2 weeks ago, I received a call that I'm to receive a congressional award for the last 10 years or 40 years of working on the behalf of the community and to take care of individuals. And the fact that that led to the surgery, the unexpected heart surgery, and I had a widowmaker and nobody knew it.
Yeah, that's
Mm.
awesome. That's raising the
Nobody.
roof. That is raising the roof. You know,
Like surgery on Tuesday morning, home in my bed by Tuesday night. Oh, we could. I was like, okay, look, God, okay, so you funny. You're gonna make sure I knew about the congressional first to make sure I stay motivated
That's right.
to get myself together so
That's
I
right.
can get to Washington, D.C.
That's right. That's right.
I
That's
was
right.
like, okay, except the next 10, 20 years, and yes, they did increase the chemo officially as of January 3rd because the cancer is on the move.
Okay. Okay.
Ain't stop nothing.
We're gonna continue
I'm
to
going,
keep
I'm
you
going to
in
Washington,
prayer.
D.C., y'all. I'm going to get my award.
I know you are. That is an awesome accomplishment. You know, I'm so glad you were able to make it through your surgery, and we're going to continue to pray and support you through your chemo, you know, because you are on lifetime chemo, so that's not a surprise. So, you know, well, let's raise the roof on this congressional.
Amen. Oh, by the way, if the chemo doesn't work this time, they already got a plan B and a plan C and a plan D.
Good. That's always good. That's always good. Very good. Okay, Miss Kenya Johnson.
Okay, I had to unmute it. Can you say the question again? I'm sorry.
Okay, what is your proudest accomplishment?
I would say
meeting me. No.
right, exactly. I would say being able to support my thrivers into becoming survivors.
Yeah.
I am a 3-year survivor, so I go back to the cancer center and I give back.
That's good. That's good. That's good. So Kenya, quickly talk about your organization.
Besides being a breast cancer survivor, I am also a domestic violence survivor. So I also help women that's in a domestic violence situation, putting them up in a hotel, doing whatever I can do to assist them at that time of need. We also have a youth service where we're teaching the kids about doing their own branding, their own t-shirts, own shirts, sweatshirts, or whatever. We have a senior connection program where we go out and we shovel the snow for the seniors. If they need any painting done on the outside or cutting their grass, we do all of that totally free. We have a food service program where we go and we feed the community every day. We're feeding 120, but being that we don't have any financial support, all of this comes out of our pocket. Right now, we're feeding 60. I'm trying to think, it's something else. But that's it. We're just hoping for funding.
You're going to get funding because all of these things that you're doing for the community, you're going to get some funding. this is crazy. All of these things that you're doing,
It comes
you make me feel lazy.
every single day, every
That
single.
is beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. Let's raise the roof for Kenya, because what she is doing for the community is what I pray that we all find something to that magnitude to give back to our community. Because if we all work together, right, we will make a difference.
Yes, yes, yes.
We
And
have to work together.
also, we are being honored at the United Center to receive an award from the Secretary of State. They did it globally, and they out of all these organizations out here, we was part of 40 of the organizations to receive an award. So I'm very excited about that.
Girl,
Yeah.
this was a good question. That is awesome. You know, and it's good to know what we're doing in the community. It's good to know, you know, all the goodness that's going. So often all we hear are the negative things that's going on.
Yes, yes.
So it feels so wonderful to sit here and acknowledge all of the good things that we're doing in our community and for our community.
Yes.
You know. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Han, for joining us tonight. I really appreciate it.
I'll be back.
I know. Thank you. Okay, so Mr. Paulo, let's show your face for a minute. So what is your proudest accomplishment?
Yeah, I don't think my light is very good here. I'm in front of my computer, but maybe this is gonna work.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
My proudest accomplishment. Oh my God, that's such a difficult question to answer, but I'll say probably my book collection.
Okay.
I probably have at least 200 books.
Really?
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
wow.
and
That's
keeps growing.
great.
Yeah. So I read a lot.
Good. That's
Yeah.
great. That's fantastic. Whew.
Thank you. Thank you. Not as impressive as a lot of the good things that are taking place in the community and the valiant stories of survivors in the conversation tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Really excited to learn about everybody else.
that's okay. I mean, I'm so glad that you are on, so that, you know, he's part of my board, you know, so now he gets to see how and why we're so passionate about doing what we do, you know, to have people come on and talk about their story and talk about their journey and talk about what we're accomplishing in our community. So that's great. So thanks, Paulo.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, it looks like I got everybody. Did I miss somebody? Did I miss you, Sonja? Sonja? Well, I know I missed you. No, come on, Sonja.
Yes, I would say probably my accomplishment I'm probably most proud of now is that 6 years ago, I went back to school at age 50, full time. And, you know, I received my degree and license in mortuary service. I became a funeral director and embalmer. So, you know, and I tell you, at 50, after not being in a classroom for, you know, a few decades, you know, it wasn't easy, but, you know, I persevered, you know, and God let me through. And so I'm grateful for that time.
We gonna raise the roof, but I'm sure gonna ask a question, okay?
Yes.
Where did the embalmer come from?
Well, for the bodies, you have to, for state of Illinois, you can embalm bodies. And so that's part of the curriculum. You can be, for state of Illinois, you have to do dual. You have to be a funeral director and an embalmer.
Oh, okay.
Other states, you can just choose one. Like Texas, you can choose to be a funeral director or an embalmer. But for Illinois, you have to be both.
Okay. All right. All right. That's good. That's good. Okay. So does anybody that's on the platform right now have something that we would like to talk about or share, if you're looking for a particular resource. So I'm opening up the floor. Yes, Miss Cassandra.
I'm so sorry. I would like to share that on February the 25th from 12 to 3 at Advocate Christ Medical Center, I will be hosting our annual Soulful Social. It will be in person. Our subtitle will be Conversation of the Soul. I will make sure Miss Karen gets this information to pass it along, but I would love to see you, and you come out, come be with us. We are mandated to wear masks. You can release your mask if you're eating, but we would love for you to come out and join us from Gilders Club Chicago. I will be the host. We're going to have food, fabulous fun. And if you know me, you know we're going to have a fantastic time. Thank you, Miss Karen, for allowing me to share this resource.
Thank you. Yes. Is there anyone else that's having an event? Okay, Tiante.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's not an event. I went.
Okay, we'll just talk.
Oh, I was wondering if anyone knew of a place where you could get what is it called? A prosthesis. Like
Prosthesis?
yeah, the breast, not the the cotton, but like silicone like type of breast. If anybody knows, a place, and if they take, if you take insurance or not, at this point, I'd be willing to purchase if I have to, just, that.
Yes. I have to go and look on my resource list, because I know I have one or two organizations that does that.
Okay, I
Cassandra,
appreciate it.
know anyone offhand that does prostheses?
No, I do not.
Okay, okay. KB, Cassandra?
I was sitting here also wondering, she's still under treatment, correct?
I am, but they said even after I get this next surgery, they don't think it's a good idea because of my history with the stroke, to even try to get what's it called, reconstruction surgery. So
Right.
I was just, they give you that little like cotton thingy, that you put in your, like a camisole or whatever,
Yes, ma'am.
and that's not comfortable for me. And I've been wearing my pillow because it's, it just make me feel comfortable. Don't make me feel so. And
Okay,
so
so
I
my
was just,
question to you is, talk to your social worker or your case manager. That's why I asked, were you still, because they should provide you with resources that actually fit your income and your insurance base.
That's right.
that's the thing, they did, but when I went, they don't take my insurance.
Okay, so that means you go to your next alternative. Since they do not take your insurance, you need a base organization that will assist you in this current process because you're still receiving treatment.
Base,
That's
okay.
right.
That's your caseworker's job, to find you the resources and effort for your life journey to be comfortable.
Oh,
So you need to let her know they're not taking my insurance. What other resources can you provide me in effort to assist me to get this completed?
Yes.
thank you.
You're welcome, Belle.
And then I'm gonna contact you about maybe the one source that I think I have that can assist you with that. Okay,
Thank you.
okay. Anyone else?
Yeah, so Northwestern University will have an event at Timothy Community Corporation on Saturday, February 18th from 10 a.m. to 11:30. It will be a yoga class event where we'll discuss education, resources, and I will be sharing this poster in the chat.
Thank you. Okay,
Karen,
yes.
I attended the public meeting for CBI. CBI stands for Chicago Baptist Institute, which is a seminary theological school on the corner of 51st and Clean Drive. They wanted everyone to know that they are being totally revamped, remodeled, everything, and all bills paid. And they're looking forward to building the new building, and they will be moving forward with the school. The school is not closing. Chicago Baptist Institute is not closing.
Okay, okay, all right. Thank you. Good information. Any more? Okay. It's a we thing. This is cute. Thank you, George. He put the flyer in the chat. I will attach the flyer to when I send out my email, thanking you for attending.
Thank you.
Okay. And Cassandra, if you have the flyer ready for your event, I will also send that out.
It should be out in the next couple of days, but I did put the information in the chat for everyone. Thank you,
Here it
Ms.
is.
Karen.
Yep. Okay. Wow. This is a very informative meeting tonight, and this is what I love, because it's all about sharing information so that we can empower each other. So now we're going to get to our special guest. So Miss Sonja M. Martin, born in Chicago, Illinois, and raised in Henderson, Texas. Sonja attended college where she earned a degree in education. She enlisted in the U.S. Army, serving from September 1987 until her retirement in June 2008. Girl, you served. You served that thing. No. You did some serving, okay?
I did.
She and her husband, Christopher, live in Highland Park, Illinois, with their 3 children. Acacia, did I say that correctly?
Acacia.
Acacia, Elijah, and Christina. Sonja was deployed and served in Saudi Arabia. What's the next one? Start with an M.
Mogadishu.
Yeah, Mogadishu. Somalia, Iraq. Right? So she had 3 tours. Wow. Sonja is currently serving as the Junior Vice Commander for Highland Park American League Post 145 and the President of the Highland Park American League Auxiliary Unit 145. She is also serving as a Rotary and is the past president from 2021 to 22 of the North Chicago Rotary Club. In 2018, Sonja became an Illinois funeral director / embalmer. She continues to work and give back as a Rotarian and has a focus on our Rotary virtual reading and literacy program to encourage our youth and to help give children in the community a thrust and love of knowledge and reading. She is also working toward creating a veteran Rotary Club that will focus on veteran-specific needs. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce our guest speaker for tonight, Miss Sonja Martin. Let's raise the roof for y'all.
Well, thank you all. Thank you all for having me. Thank you, Karen, for inviting me. It's wonderful to see this. I remember when my grandmother and my cousin, they were diagnosed with breast cancer and had mastectomy and went through chemo and radiation. They didn't have a group back then.
Right.
They didn't have anyone that they could, come together with and talk to about what they're experiencing and what's going on and how do you get these things. And, they didn't have that. So this is really beautiful to see. And as Karen read my bio, I did 21 years in the Army. We lived in Korea, Germany, and it was a great experience, and I'm happy for it. And so my story begins March of 2021. I was experiencing pain on my right side, my right flank, in my back, and that went on for about probably about 6 weeks, and I kept pushing it off. I just kept pushing it off because I had so many other things to do. I was working and I was doing all these things, so I was pushing it off, and until finally one day it just got the pain just got so bad that I went to the ER. And they did all these tests, they did all these scans in the ER. They didn't find anything on my right side. They found absolutely nothing on my right side, but on my left side, near my adrenal glands, they saw a mass. And at the time, they weren't sure what it was. So they sent me again for more testing, and throughout that whole night, they were scanning and doing all these things, blood work, and they still didn't have an answer. So they admitted me into the VA. And so for the next 8 days, they still didn't come up with the diagnosis there. So for the next 8 days, I think I had every scan, every blood test, everything that you can possibly imagine. I had it. But finally, there was an attending who said, "Hey, let's send her file to Freighter, to which Wisconsin has the medical school." And so they have endocrine specialists there, and they sent in my file. And the next night, they put me in an ambulance and sent me to Freighter Hospital. And that next morning, the endocrine specialist came in, and he told me, right now we believe we know what it is, but we're going to do some more additional testing, because initially he said he believed from the blood numbers and my my blood levels and my adrenaline levels were through the roof. And so in the beginning, they believed the mass was what's called a pheochromocytoma, which is a neuroendocrine tumor, which is normally found inside an adrenal gland. And so when they did another MRI and some other testing and some more blood work, they came to diagnose me with retroperitoneal paraganglioma. And what that is, it's a rare, life-threatening tumor that secretes excess adrenaline hormone. And what the excess hormone does, it alters your fight or flight. This is so when you get in a position where someone scares you and you have that, either you want to fight or flight. So it raised those, because of those cells and the hormones were just firing off way too much adrenaline. And so they diagnosed me with that, and they went through the regimen. They explained to me how rare it is, because of the positioning of it, because it's located near the peritoneum, and where most paragangliomas are common. The retroperitoneal ones are the ones that are rare. And so moving forward, in order, the only thing that you can do to remove those tumors is surgery, or to take care of them is surgery. Surgery is the only option to remove the tumor. And throughout it all, they were asking me, have you had heart palpitations? Have you had headaches? Have you had dizziness? And for the majority of those things, I had no symptoms. No symptoms. So I was considered asymptomatic. So for they saw on one of the scans where I had a mass in the same position. They saw it on the screen in 2013. And I explained to them, well, no one ever said that I had a mass there. So the doctor said had probably been growing since before that last scan in 2013. But again, I didn't have any of the normal symptoms, that they say that I should have been having. My anxiety level wasn't up. My fight or flight, those fight or flight hormones, I didn't feel any difference. And that's, that part is scary, I'm sure for other people, because when you don't know you're sick, you don't know what's happening, and then you get a diagnosis and you wonder if I'd had a surgery during that time. Because the issue with the neuroendocrine tumor, which is this one, and because it secretes the excess adrenal hormone, if I'd had surgery and they were doing surgery near that tumor and something disrupted that tumor, it would have released all that hormone and I would have had a stroke and died on the operating table, which has happened in many cases. So what they had to do to prevent that, for 2 weeks, they gave me this medication that I had to take. And what the medication does is suppress the adrenal hormones. And initially what the drug did, it makes you dizzy. You're unstable, and that's what they want. That's what they need to happen when you're taking the medication. So for 2 weeks, I was on the couch because if I got up, I couldn't drive, because if I got up after taking the medication, I was dizzy, I had blurred vision, but all of that was in order so that I could have a successful surgery. And from March until May 5th was 2021 was the day that I had surgery to remove my tumor, who I named Eddie. So Eddie was evicted from my body on May 5th, 2021. And I'd had high blood pressure and my uncontrollable high blood pressure, and that was dealt with, that came down. I had the tumor onset diabetes, that was gone after I had surgery, and so I think it's important that when we feel things, in our body that doesn't feel right, that, we speak to our healthcare workers, and if they don't listen, we find someone else that does. Because these tumors, because they're so rare, they often get misdiagnosed for something else. Like for this one, the retroperitoneal paraganglioma, it's often confused with the duodenal tumor, that's gastrointestinal, and because the gastrointestinal issues the tumors are close in proximity to the peritoneum, just as this tumor is, they're often misdiagnosed. And then when that person goes in to have that surgery, they disrupt that tumor, and then all that adrenaline is released, and people die on the operating table. And I was relieved that relatively quickly I was able to have surgery and to have my removed, but it isn't often the case. There are people who deal with these, but not this particular one, but other paragangliomas that they deal with them, for years, for whatever the medical issues are. because sometimes there are doctors that aren't familiar, they aren't familiar with them, and they, sometimes they don't look for something else. I think I ran across one of the fun facts that a medical friend was telling me. She said that doctors are taught that when you hear hoofbeats, you think horses, not zebras, meaning a doctor should first think about what is more common of a diagnosis. But with genetics and endocrine, they have to look for all zebras. They have to look for the rare things that are out there. And so it's, I think it's important that we fight for ourselves, and if we feel something that isn't right, it's okay to ask the doctor about this, or this. We have to be our own best advocates, and so since May of 2021, I've been tumor free. I haven't, none of them have come back, which is a blessing, because there's a percentage that once they've had one removed, often another one will grow back. And so I've been grateful in that area, and and I thank God every day. I tell my friends, May 5th, 2021, that was my new birth, and because it is scary to think, when you look at the numbers, to think of how many people who had these and they've been undiagnosed, and something's happened, and they've passed away. But I'm grateful, and I would always tell people that if you feel something is wrong, question it, and it's a friend of mine said, well, they're the doctor. So I'm like, but this is your life, this is your life. And I am just happy to be here. And the American Cancer Society lists my tumor, and it's a neuroendocrine tumor, and our ribbon is the zebra stripe ribbon. Our ribbon is the black and white zebra stripe ribbon, and we're identified as the zebra butterfly. So if you see people walking around with a zebra, with a butterfly with a zebra pattern on it, they're more than likely a neuroendocrine tumor survivor, and I'm just grateful to be able to be here with you and just share, my little story with you all. Okay, and that's it. Any questions?
Wow, come on, y'all. Raise the roof. That is awesome. So you're a zebra.
I'm a zebra.
Oh,
I'm a zebra.
that's great. So are there any questions, comments?
I got a comment. I don't know why you thought that was a little story. That ain't a little story. Woo!
Right.
That's a story.
Sonja,
Yeah.
thank you for actually bringing out additional information about neuroendocrine. I'm a neuroendocrine carcinoid, and we don't know the origination site. So I do understand about what it means to be a zebra.
Yes.
Because I've already done chemo already for 10 years. Mine is for life, because they didn't know where it started. And they didn't know what kind it was, and they didn't know what stage it was. And they were like, you're already stage 4. We've already missed it 15 years. So I do understand, because it doesn't look like anything else in the books.
Right. And so many, they don't know, and that's a detriment for us that are, that have these issues, and it's,
I need to ask you one question to see if you got the
hold
same.
on, Loretta. I want to stop the recording now, and then we can just openly talk. Is that okay?
Yes, because
Okay. Thank you.